Keep firing! Don't stop! We need more arrows! Need help here, damn it! You grab whatever you can and get up top!
What are you doing here? Go and take cover in the keep.
Can't hold out against this onslaught much longer. Go and take cover with the others. Look out!
Tes. Halo.
Godwin! Where's your weapon? To the battlements! Move! Father! Will you come to anoint us before we die? We'll get anointed after the battles are hands.
Iya nih, baru ingat lagi gue password.
Get ready!
Dan mana-mana sih, cuman sekarang udah kerja kantoran ya sih dari beberapa bulan lalu. Nonton edit ya ini juga gabut sih stream.
Take cover!
Ya jadi mengisi waktu sore hari guys, kita balik ke zaman Kegelapan karena sekarang ini tahu Kegelapan kita tahu mulai dari zaman Kegelapan kan lagi viral sih, cuma nggak semua orang juga tahu.
A rude awakening, eh?
Ini game bercerita tentang abad ke-8 di tahun 1400-an.
Make it count.
Sebenarnya game kedua. Game pertamanya gue udah main juga dulu dan udah termasuk game baru. Ya, ini bercerita era-era kerajaan, era-era sebelum inilah ya, republik. Yang ketik tahun
Godwin! Over here! Get up there quick! We have to shoot him!
loteri tempat meninggal. Mana lagi oh, suara gue kalah ya. Oke. Ya nggak bisa lagi. Jadi ini berlatar di Eropa Tengah ya sekitaran Jerman, Prah, Eska, Austria, Hungaria. Nah ini gue nggak tahu nih, ini baru mulai, tiba-tiba gue masuk medan perang. Apa ini? Oh, suruh fight. Tolol, tolol.
I don't poke at it. Just calm down. Oh, Dentes Fortuna, fucking you, that. Jesus. You're only supposed to deliver a message to Trotsky. The most adventure I was expecting was a fuck or two.
Perangnya nggak diet kan?
Fortuna, you rat!
What's that you keep yelling, Sir Hans?
Good gracious, Henry, you don't mean to tell me you don't know Latin?
My apologies, Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was too busy shoveling shit and picking turnips to find time for studying Latin.
We shall have to rectify that. I can't have an ignoramus for a personal bodyguard.
Anyway, this Audens, whatever. What does that actually mean?
Audentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the brave.
I don't doubt it. All we have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Bergov and ride back again. Doesn't take much bravery.
Christ, Henry, don't be such a stick in the mud. Aren't you glad to be finally out of that hellhole where we can finally enjoy some adventure? See a bit of the world, meet new women, and simply have some fun.
Sure, but you promised Johannes that you'd be as good as gold, and I'm personally responsible for your safety. Besides, Trotsky's in the middle of nowhere, so I wouldn't expect much excitement there.
God help me, my bodyguard's a monk who can't speak Latin.
Sir, Trotsky.
Akhirnya enggak.
That is fucking impressive. It makes Perkstein look like an outhouse. Berghoff must be made of money.
Halo Kenshin.
Well, Henry, looking forward to new adventures? Adventures that will become the stuff of legends?
Agree.
Of course I am. We'll show them what fine fellas have turned up on their doorstep.
You bet we will. We'll hand over our important message and then hop, skip to the nearest tavern. We'll drink to our success and chase some local wenches, eh? But why didn't Uncle Hanush take care of it himself? Unless, maybe he's just testing me.
Why?
Iya
He
lagi.
must trust you not to botch it.
Nggak kepegang sih YouTube sekarang gara-gara
Of course. How could I possibly botch it up?
ya udah kerja juga sih, ada kerjaan utama jadi
The king
sorry
is in
guys.
captivity, God knows
Ini
where.
juga iseng
And
aja
here
sih
we are
streaming
in the middle of it all,
karena
carrying an important document.
ini game kesukaan
No,
gue sih dan ini
I
baru
intend to make
rilis.
the most of this trip, one way or another.
So do I. How is that? Fortuna...
Al dentes fortuna juvat. See now, there's the Henry I know and love. Well, enough of the chat. Trotsky's almost within reach.
Sir Hans, how's it looking there in the back?
All good, Oaks. Just keep your eyes on the road ahead. Exactly.
Oke.
If anything in front of us even looks like it's moving, we want to know.
Keep your hair on, Nick. Old Oak's got eyes like a hawk. I don't miss nothing.
Anjir, keren banget grafiknya guys. Kayak gini ya. Zaman pertama. Kegelapan lah.
Sir,
Apa lagi?
Should we get ready for a fight?
Take it easy, Henry. They're wearing von Berghoff's colours. They're from
Kalau
Trotsky.
enggak,
surround them! Don't let them get away!
Besides, we stand a chance against them.
ini udah yang nonton
Don't
enjoy
do
lah ya.
anything foolish,
Ntar gue ceritain
fellas.
ceritanya gimana.
Just follow my orders.
Halt! What are you after here?
Is this usually how you greet visitors, my good man?
This is how we greet armed strangers when bandits are pillaging everywhere.
Can you not distinguish between a noble and a bandit, sir?
It's not always that straightforward these days. Who are you people?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I bear a letter for Sir Otto von Berghoff from my master, Sir Hanush of Leipa.
This is indeed the seal of the Lords of Lipa. And unless I am mistaken, Lord Hanush of Lipa is on the side of King Wenceslas,
Well,
while my master is a member of the League of Lords, who side with King Sigismund.
well,
So it would appear we are enemies.
Masih dong enggak. Apa kabar lu Rangga?
We're not enemies. We're carrying a message with the aim of putting a stop to the hostilities. And who are you? Henry, from Skalitz.
What is your play style, soldier? Modern weapon, okay. Ini sama pakai short temper, advisor. Jadi lebih pinter. Scout. Oke. Advisor lah kalau gitu gue playstyle.
I'm Lord Capon's advisor and scribe, and now an envoy as well.
From Skalitz, you say? The one that King Sigismund's Cuman forces plundered?
And slaughtered everyone. Even so, I'm not going to Trotsky as an enemy, but as a peace envoy.
Even so, you're still strangers here, and armed strangers to boot. And as it happens, we're on the trail of just such a band, so why should I trust you?
Okay. You can solve a lot of the situation. Okay. Dialog option. Okay. Speech. Peaceful. Coercion pembohong. Charisma, noble appearance, good reputation, domination. Okay. Might. You try across a hero. Okay. When that. Okay. Many situation can be solved by reasoning with other party. Oh, masih sama ini kayak yang lama. Di kita tuh bisa bikin cerita sendiri gitu loh di game ini. Oh, terserah lu mau jadi orang yang jujur, pembohong, belagak pahlawan, atau dominator ya. Atau ya kita bisa bayar juga kalau punya duit. Enggak, gue ngeberalih, ini gabut aja sih, enggak. Kebetulan ini game baru dan gue suka game ini sih. As an envoy or bring an alliance.
Take a good look at us. Do we really look like bandits to you?
I'm still not sure whether I should trust you.
You don't have to trust us. As long as Lord von Burgov does when we see him. An entire company in rat-eye livery, a sealed message. I think he'll understand at first sight who's standing before him. The way I see it, ensuring safe passage to the castle for Sir Hans Capon of Lipa and his entourage should be in your interest. So?
You can be assured that I respect your position, gentlemen. All right.
Sorry about the cold reception. You must be cautious. These bandits create mayhem then vanish like ghosts. We'll be on our way.
Oh, so you won't accompany us to the castle to see your lord?
Sorry, sir, we can't. Listen, you won't make it to the castle before nightfall. And Sir Otto's orders are to not admit anyone after dark, especially while we're away. You'd best camp until daybreak.
I'll take your point. I mean, back home, the last time someone let a nobleman in trouble into their castle, we had to bombard it to get him out. Is there an inn in these parts, at least?
There is one, but it's a bit of a way out, and I'm not sure your lordship would like it very much.
God, what kind of a backwater have they sent us to? I just suppose we'll just have to manage somehow. Good luck in hunting down those bandits.
Thomas, Captain at Trotsky. Thank you. And sorry again. Farewell.
Farewell.
Well, this is a bit of a hold-up. What now?
Since there's no tavern within reach, we'll just bed down here for the night. The pond looks inviting, and we've got wine enough.
And what about those bandits?
Well, they're probably keeping their heads down, what with that big patrol combing the woods for them. Come on, fellas. We'll camp here on the bank. At least we can bathe. I stink almost as bad as the rest of you, and you lot are rank. talking's driving me nuts.
Kenapa nih? Oh,
Come here. What's all the fuss about, Mutt? Are you that hungry? All right, I'll see what I can get for you.
Henry.
oke, kita suruh cari makan buat simat. Ada
Listen,
makanan nggak, bro?
would you have some scraps for Mutt?
That's a good one. He already gobbled up a piece of venison while I was having a piss. I've got one last sausage and I'll be saving that for the way back. Look, Henry, I'm fond of that beast, but you ought to keep him under control.
Wouldn't you swap it for something?
I might. Tankard has my ring. I lost it to him at dice, and if I go home without it, my old woman will send me right back. If you can get it back, I'll be glad to give you that sausage.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Come on, Conrad.
What?
Let's throw a...
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure. How's about spicing it up with a little wager?
I heard you won a ring off Oates. What about that?
Fortune favours the brave, lad. But if you lose, you'll pay for everything I order in the tavern in Trotsky. All right?
Hmm. Oke.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones.
Hmm. Jadi ini game zaman pertengahan tuh enggak. Main dadu. Main dadunya kayak gini guys. Di harus ngumpulin poin sampai 1500. Terus oke, nomor unit. Kita simpan dulu dapat poin 100. Terus
If I was you, I'd take it. Let it be now. I want to play too, you know?
ah,
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
ya.
That's as far as I go.
Ya sudah, simpan dulu satu.
Kurva! Damn your eyes. You played well. What's to be done? A bet is a bet. Here's your ring. Come on, Conrad.
What?
Let's throw a few dice.
For the love of God. How many times do I have to tell you?
Kita
Tanker can't tell a 5 from a 6. I won that ring off him.
You beat the bastard. Ha! You're a dab hand, Henry. Thanks. Will you give it to me? If I go home without it, the old woman will break her broom over my back.
What will you give me for it?
Well, all I've got here is some grub. Want a sausage? It's venison.
All right. And enough games. You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
Yeah. True enough.
I know you only
enggak,
do well.
belum mabar lagi guys.
One little game. And then you go and take my
Lagi
last
main
brush.
game solo juga sini. Sini ya. Mana makan gitu.
Heal.
Gua. Oh, ini nih gue kasih
Look what I have for you.
sosis. Sekarang kita lanjut
Henry,
ngobrol
oh,
sama
that was a tight thing with the
Tuan.
captain, eh?
Phil Philip.
I got the feeling you'd lost your tongue.
Just for a moment. But true enough. That bastard surprised me a bit.
Well, that's what I'm here for. To deal with that kind of stuff.
And I must say, that was pretty good for your first action as leader of my bodyguard. Let's see if you keep it up. But we managed the situation all right in the end. He even apologized to us. If Hanosh had seen it, maybe he'd finally stop treating me like a child, eh?
Well, I don't know.
Thank you
When I
Kapten
look at you,
Pura editor
well,
GG. Iya,
let's
makanya
get ahead of
sekarang belum
ourselves.
upload lagi
Kiss
soalnya
my ass. And by
nggak
the
ada
way,
waktu guys buat
since you're here,
ngedit.
how about stretching our
Aduh,
limbs a
itu
bit
ngeditnya emang
after that long journey?
yang kemarin-kemarin niat-niat
With a bit of swordplay?
You're in the mood for
Yeah,
that
sekarang-
after riding so long.
Certainly.
waktu buat
So
ngedit.
then, eh?
All right then.
Ayo,
Just a bit of swordplay for the hell of it? Or should we have a wager?
Let's
Udah
save the
jarang
wages
main
for
juga,
later.
makanya baru-baru mau mulai
You afraid?
game lagi.
Keep the biting remarks to
sibuk,
yourself.
guys.
You've got armor on, so just grab your helmet. Here's a
Makin
practice
tua,
sword
makin
for you.
sibuk.
Have that ready too.
Ya, jadi ini ceritanya gue mau nganterin surat ke Trotsky. Trotsky itu semacam provinsi lah di gimana? Set. Gue sambil bacain komen. Ya, jadi ini intinya gue main game yang epic banget sih. Ini bercerita tentang zaman kegelapan di Eropa Tengah, Jerman, Austria, Hungari. Nah, ini ceritanya gue sebagai Henry. Gue bertugas sekarang lagi disuruh nganterin surat ke Trotsky. Yang intinya tuh surat itu buat ngajak damai ya, karena si Trotsky ini lagi kemungkinan bakal bergabung sama oposisinya lah dari si raja di negara gua gitu. Jadi raja gua tuh lagi diculik, dan ini gue lagi bertugas cari aliansi untuk selamatin raja. Nah cuman di kerajaan Trotsky ini tuh kayaknya dia berpihak sama oposisi gitu. Intinya suruh nganterin surat lah ya. Kalau zaman dulu nggak bisa pakai email guys, harus nganterin dan bajunya harus proper kayak gini. Dan ini kita lagi nunggu sebelum pagi besok. Mikir gedein bang, anjir gua aja udah lupa nih nyetingnya guys. Halo halo halo. Sekarang udah kedengeran belum guys? Oke udah. Ya gue lanjut cerita. Intinya ini gue suruh ngirim pesan dan ini lagi gabut sore-sore karena kalau malam mereka nggak nerima tamu katanya si kerajaannya. Dan si atasan gue, bos gue ini ngajak sparring guys. Oh iya gue belum pakai baju dulu guys. Oke, kita sparringin aja langsung.
So, start.
Ready? Let's start.
Kok mau keluar pisau gue?
Hang on, let's get warmed up. I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me.
Ini ya masih training lagi bermulai. Mati.
Is that the best you've got? I didn't even work up a sweat.
Oh, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be worn down.
Let's see it then. Attack properly now.
Ada cita-cita ngomongin game party enggak bang? Party apa nih? Mabar maksudnya. Ini apa nih? Oh, chain attack.
You want to wear me down like that? Is that the best you can do?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Enough!
Now you're warmed up, eh?
Yeah. You're pretty winded yourself. While you're attacking, you still have to take care you have strength left to defend.
Now save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard.
Blok. Oke. Pukul anjing lama banget. Mati. Oh, oke. Kayak ngeselin. Kok nggak mau nepis? Oke. Oke. Oke.
Good.
That's enough.
Muka
No one's ever
biasa
won a
aja.
duel without blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh? You've become a real swordsman.
Start your attack then.
Nice, Henry.
Clash of blades!
You're doing great, Henry.
Oke.
Nice. But what about a riposte? Reckon you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
Get ready. Nice. Sweet. Well, hey, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you can't make a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered. Where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right, come on then. Too slow. Nice. Good riposte. Nice. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training visual to
Profesi jadi
finish up,
streamer.
eh?
Indeed. And let's
Ini
have a
gue
wager to
gabut.
spice things up.
Main game juga udah jarang.
Groschen.
Tiba-tiba pengen stream nih soal game seru sih. Gue yang apa Kingdom Come pertama udah tamat dan gue suka ceritanya sih. Dan tiba-tiba pengen stream aja. Ya begitulah. Apa nih? Reply. Oke. Suit
Alright,
nih.
100 groschen it is.
Defend yourself.
Ntar guys berantem dulu.
The first hit. All square again. Well done.
Anjing.
That one hit the spot.
Anjing. Cepet banget capek anjing. Anjing gak kena. Boleh si Kapon. Mati kau. Ayo sini. Rasa capeknya ya. Berat banget. Wih. Anjing. Aduh. Nafas lu masuk mic kaget guys. Sorry. Ini game Indonesiagelap. Enggak, ini game Zaman Kegelapan. Ini bercerita tentang seorang Henry yang biasa manusia normal mencoba menjadi hero. Jadi di pertama tuh bab keluarganya di ini guys, dibunuh sama human namanya. Nah ini udah episode kedua Kingdom Deliverance 2. Nah dia tuh masih mau nyari yang ngebunuh orang tuanya sama kampungnya gitu loh. Jadi ya secara basicnya sih ini anak muda umur 17-an di tahun 1400-an lah. Terus ya biasa dia hidup anggon kambing, naik kuda, terus suruh beli areng itu di pasar, suruh ya tipikal lah berantem, terus tiba-tiba kampungnya diserang sama humans namanya. Nah, kampungnya diserang, dibombardir, hancur, ma bapaknya meninggoy. Akhirnya dia kabur terus intinya dia selamat lah dan dia mau balas dendam gitu. Dan yang dulu nyerbu kampungnya itu adalah utusan dari oposisi yang mau naik raja juga lah. Cuman raja yang aslinya tuh masih diculik sama si oposisi ini. Terus di episode kedua ini intinya ini lanjut, masih ngebela si raja yang diculik. Makanya sekarang ini posisinya lagi mau nganterin surat ke kerajaan lain dengan maksud biar mereka mau aliansi buat nyelamatin si rajanya lah, raja yang resminya. Nanti lagi dijajah sih ini. Dan kita mencoba mencari aliansi dari negara
So
lain.
who won, gentlemen?
Oh, it seems this isn't my day. I knew I shouldn't have bet with you. You've improved since that last time in Ratai.
Ratai itu kampung dia kemarin sih. Ya kayak kotanya lah, cuma kampungnya kan hancur. Ya, waktu itu kalah dia.
I lost in Ratai that time. That was nearly the first time in my life I even held a sword in my hand now.
Well, forging a sword isn't the same as wielding one.
Oats, what's this food supposed to be?
What's left of our supplies. Tomorrow we'll be at the castle, and we'll get some decent grub.
If you told us earlier, I could have shot a hare. And you could have cooked it like they did in the tavern the day before yesterday.
That tavern where you drank away all your coin?
Ha! You've got to have some fun.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty. A real peach. Admit it.
Only a fella was
Kabur
there.
aja dulu ya.
Dragging you apart was great fun. You were shit-faced, he was foaming at the mouth, and she was screaming like mad.
Ya, jadi
I was watching
sekarang lagi
from the
viral
table, and I
Indonesia
have to
gelap ya.
say, Henry, you dodged him
Itu kan
pretty
merefer
well.
ke zaman
Did
kegelapan
you
sebenarnya.
catch a blow at all?
Aye,
Nah,
but nothing worth
kebetulan
talking
nih
about.
game bercerita
He
tentang
doesn't go
zaman
down easy.
atau era kegelapan lah, Dark
I've got
Ages
nothing to
tahun
regret.
1400-an.
The whole world turns around wenches.
Buat lu pada yang
Ain't
pengen
that
tahu
right,
kehidupan di era kegelapan yang sebenarnya, ya ini gamenya gitu. Dan ini based on
What was her name now?
real accident gitu.
She lived with
Cerita
that
nyata
crook
di
Peshek at the mill.
And she saved my life.
Bohemia,
A brave girl.
sekitaran Jerman,
She's a
Cek,
fine lass.
Republik Ceko.
Is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
She's my sweetheart. And that's all I'll tell you.
Ah, don't be such a monk. Out with it.
Kata lu. That was
Ah, forget it, you horny goat. This discussion is over.
You know, this travelling isn't too bad.
Apart from the mosquitoes.
Aye. Apart from them.
kok jadi
Where
sedih
were you
ini si
yesterday
Henry.
You were late for supper. That's not what I call watching over our Lord.
Hey, don't make trouble.
I need a bit of peace and quiet.
I needed a bit of peace and quiet. I had a stroll around, checking out what plants grow here, praying for the success of
Makanya
our
nih
mission.
kita lihat nih di
And I
sini
came back.
At last,
zaman
someone
kegelapan
with
tuh kayak
some
gimana,
sense,
guys.
Who's not in a worry all the time.
If I always had to think everything over. But
Enak sih ini,
I wouldn't have rolled in the hay
kelihatannya
with so many girls if I spent
masih
my
bisa
time just
santai
thinking about
mereka
it.
ya.
Thanks for the prayer, anyway. And what about time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir?
It depends. Once von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately.
What? Straight back on the road?
Well, we could stay a day or two, perhaps.
Does anyone know anything more about von Berghoff?
what Sir Hans told us, that von Bergov is a big cheese in the royal court. That's why we're going to negotiate an alliance with him.
You summed that up nicely. But yes, that's how it is. He's the
Tes
royal
1, 2,
chamberlain.
3.
You fellas
Tes.
will never meet a more important noble than him.
I heard he insists on having the finest swords, and that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
And is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
The sword is the weapon of a master. Balanced, fast, and suitable for all situations. Of course, you have to train with it and try to improve your technique, but the result is worth it.
Aye, I get it. It was just a training fight. Pardon me.
Oh, swords, swords, swords. No doubt you're going to tell us again how the perfidious Ishvan Toth stole your sword. And I thought you'd come round to thinking about other things.
That sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. But that's another matter. I suppose you've heard enough of that, eh?
Well, you know.
Ah, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Ishvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again.
What? So Radzig ain't dead, though?
Enough, enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again, hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated, and let's leave it at that. No offense.
Who'll help me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won, so Conrad goes.
What are you on about?
Enough. Oath, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning.
No thanks. I must wash myself down a bit.
My words exactly. We can't turn up at Trotsky tomorrow in this state. Let's go and strip, Henry. Fellas, come and help us get out of this armor.
Are you really going to bathe here, Sir Hans? It don't look none too safe a spot to me.
Oh, don't be such an old woman, Oates. Bring some wine to warm our blood.
Anjay. Mabok guys, berenang.
Yeah, we're not on a trip to the baths here, Sir Hans.
Henry's right, sir. Duty first, fun later.
God's wounds. I haven't been away from Rattay in ages. So, here, I intend to live a little. Blasted iron shirt. Oh, what a relief. I feel like I've just shed 40 pounds.
Christ. Will I ever live to see his young lordship finally grow up? He's got a good heart, but he doesn't have the sense that he was born with.
Well, responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
There's more chance of me becoming a monk.
That's a view fit for a king.
Bagus banget tuh pemandangannya guys.
You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on. Oh, that really shrivels the old ball sack.
What's the matter?
Cewek.
Females! Let's go to them. Sir Hans. Oh, shut up and let's go. But quietly. We don't want them to spot us. Hans.
Biasanya aneh-aneh nih. Ngintip cewek anjir. Buat yang penasaran cewek-cewek zaman abad ke-8. Nah, ini kita ngintip.
Hear that? Do you think they might be bathing? Come on, let's get closer.
Mesum anjing.
Shit. One of them is doing laundry. We have to get closer to
Anjir, laundry zaman dulu gini doang guys.
She's blocking our way, right in our path. Damn it. Throw a stone in the water near her to lure her away. Once she notices it, we'll hurry along the other side.
Oke. Lempar batu ke
Hey?
It worked. Let's go.
jalan.
We'll go even closer, but carefully.
Wih, wadidaw. Astagfirullah. Sensor.
Henry, I told you to.
Wah. Anjir.
We've got to do something. Stay down, for fuck's sake. Don't be a fool, Henry. We don't stand a chance. We'll wait till they're gone, and then head back to camp. Maybe some of our men got away.
Wah. Anjing. Bokep.
Hey! What the fuck are you doing? Hey!
Hands off her, you brute! What the hell's going on here? Let her go, you pigs!
That bastard's with them! Fucking hell! You couldn't just leave it be, could you? Come on! Run!
Catch them! Enough, I said!
What the fuck? She's mine!
you gaping at? Shoot! Well, don't just stand there, you idiots! After them! Along the bank!
Christ! When did you learn to swim? Just now.
Fucking armor! Come on! We'll cut them off on the other side!
Horses, horses, quick!
Oh, Mott. What the fuck was that, Henry? You're rescuing a damsel in distress.
I'm done with running.
Oh, really? And what exactly do you call... Oh, shit. Oh, you've been hit.
What? Oh, shit.
Well, we can't leave it like this.
No, wait!
Ah! Fuck! We've got to flee. Can you walk?
Yeah, I'll manage. I'd lead the way.
You pull yourself together. We've got to vanish.
Okay.
Get out of the woods and find someone. Then we'll get that shoulder of yours fixed up. So, how far is Trotsky? There's someone in front of us. Down.
They mustn't get away. Got that? Call out as soon as you see them. And then kill them. No fucking around. You, watch the middle of the gorge. And keep your eyes peeled, right?
Okay, go around.
You two, go up there. Get a move on. You watch this side of the rocks. And you, go to the pond. They didn't succeed in swimming to the other side of the pond. I want to know. Then come back and give me a full report. Footprints,
He'll see us. We'll have to wait.
Yeah.
get to work.
All the fucking way across.
Shut up, or the chief will hear you.
It's still easier here than that skirmish
Now.
outside.
In the back, pitch black, with all your torch darting blind you.
You there? Catching some naked men in the forest is better than getting killed in a skirmish.
Maybe. But I still can't see a bloody thing.
We'll find.
We've got to get to that tree trunk up ahead, quietly.
Okay.
There's more of them up top. Fuck.
Okay.
I played dice against Lefty yesterday.
They're coming here. Stand still.
You reckon we'll find them, do you? If they tried to swim across the pond, think about our
Run, quick.
tungguin, Cok.
They're in front of us. Quick, into the rocks.
They're feeding to the rock. Hurry! Run around. We'll catch them at the top.
What now?
Hey? Hans!
Shit!
There's more of them up top.
Lari, Cok.
Where now, for fuck's sake?
Musiknya bikin deg-degan juga nih. Mana lagi?
Come here.
Iya, kemana lagi, Cok?
Damn it, they're everywhere.
What are we gonna do?
How should I know? We can't go climbing into the rocks at night when we can't see shit.
They'll catch us.
Oh, you don't say, genius.
Calm down, for fuck's sake.
Stop it. This isn't going to help us. You know what? Go and look into that gorge behind me and see if there's a way forward. Then come back to me. At least we'll know if it makes sense to go that way. If we can get out of the rocks. I'll stay here meanwhile and watch out for them.
Explore entry point. Oke. Ini ada jalan. Wah, anjir. Gimana melewatinya?
Must have come this way, damn it. If only that bloody idiot Nails hadn't broken his leg climbing down the cliff. Trying to catch up with him. Aye. But he shouldn't have jumped down in the dark. You keep watch here, and I'll go and push through. Give me a shout if you see them. Aye. When the others get here, we'll move in from both sides. And send someone after me too. Got it.
Tadi buntu kan? Nggak di jalan. Bisa naik. Tapi lewat sini doang. Oh, udah ada pesona. Lempar batu ke Enggak. Sana, weh, nengok sana, goblok. Weh, kan nggak mau. Nah, kalau lo anjing, gigi kau. Sekarang kita ke
Hans! Hey, Hans!
mana lagi?
Go to hell! Alert! Alert!
Ketahuan dong. Tolong. Try again. Ini si Hans ya sekarang.
There's a path, but through fissures. Oh, there's no other way to go anyway. Hans won't be too happy when I tell him.
Lihat. Bener kesini tadi. Ini dega apa gelap? udah di sini si anjing.
God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen, and I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago.
Iya. Ayo. Wih. Bisa tiba-tiba ada musuh. Ayo sini kalau gue dapat pedang.
You're a dead man.
An. Ya ilah bro. Buset.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house. If you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth, not your fists. We did a fine job.
Ah, ini pasti mimpi nih. Meninggoy.
It has its benefits. Like keeping your head on your shoulders.
Pa,
Now, come now. I was the one who raised you, but you know how things really are.
am I?
Dead.
Am I dead?
Not yet. I'm dead, though.
If I'm not, then how come?
You chose a different path than I wanted for you. And maybe that's how it was meant to be. But once you've chosen the path of adventure, you have to fight. You have to fight till the bitter end, with all the strength you can muster. You still have a long way to go till your work is done, Henry. So pull yourself together and wake up. It's not over yet.
For the love of God, wake up. Pull yourself together, Henry. Oh, Christ. Oh, I thought you were done for.
Where am I?
Well, you dropped out of the sky like a shot-down hawk.
Buset. Kagak mati anjing dari
And that fell
setinggi
landed
itu.
with you. And you broke your fall nicely, otherwise you'd have ended up the same as him.
What are you wearing?
Well, you won't be needing it. We can't be running naked through the woods. And if you're capable of running at all,
And where's Mutt?
I've no idea. Just don't worry about your dog. He can look after himself. Right, we've got to disappear. Right, come on, I'll help you up. How are you holding up?
Bad.
Not good. I feel like it's all up for me.
Just hang in there, damn it. As long as you talk, I know you're hanging in there.
Halusinasi ini dia. Habis jatuh dari jurang.
Henry, what are you staring
An
at?
army.
They're here. Sigismund's army.
The only army here is the one-man army of Zaman Kegelapan.
Wow.
Jesus, don't do this to me. Pull yourself together and let's go. We have to go.
But the gate is closed.
Don't worry, my name will open any gate.
Anjing.
Fuck.
Gimana?
Humans. They're slaughtering everyone. They'll kill us.
Christ, Henry, stop yelling and move your ass.
Bianca.
Come on.
Anjir, grafiknya mantep banget ya.
Listen to me, Al. Listen
Run.
carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else
Run.
important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What are you?
Are you mad?
Mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what
Come
I
on.
say right now. Give the sword to
For
Sir
Christ's sake.
Anything happens, he'll take
Come
care of you.
on.
Promise me.
Oh, you can hardly stand, damn it. But we'll make it together. You'll see. Henry, focus.
Dia flashback.
Henry,
Mak bapaknya mati.
pull yourself together. Please. God, there's nobody here. You're just imagining things.
Run. No.
Don't give in to it. Hang in there.
Locked.
Make it together. You'll see. You're a warrior. You can do this. It's all right, Henry. I've got you. Just a little further. Henry, wake up.
The linden tree. Just like Father always wanted.
Anjir.
No, we can't stop.
And Pa. Dead. They're all dead.
Kenapa jadi horor gini aja?
But we aren't yet. Henry, a light. Look,
I see it.
we've got to go.
I see the light.
Hold on, pal. Hold on. We're here. We're here.
Pavlena, is it you?
Greetings, good wife.
Selamat.
Fear not. We mean you no harm. My friend needs help. Please.
Right. I'll see what I can do for him. Let's have a look at you. It's all right.
My parents. That was just a dream, Henry. We're in the woods. We were ambushed, but don't worry. We'll get you fixed up right as rain.
Now I've got you, whoresons.
Think again, Scott!
Hey, lad. Are you alive, lad?
Cing, merinding gua. Flashback game pertamanya nih.
They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
Huge army. They attacked without warning.
Get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
I am Sir Marquardt von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia.
Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother?
I ain't your ma, laddie. Oh, may all the saints be praised. I was afraid you'd never wake up again.
What? Where am I?
Where would you be? Here in my cabin, where you and that pal of yours burst in last night. Slowly, lad. Slowly.
Masih bisa selamat. Wah, sekarat juga dia.
What happened? What about Hans?
He's taken care of for now, but he was on the edge there for a bit. And so were you, lad, so calm yourself. Last night you were 1 foot in the grave already. You were lucky you happened to turn up here.
Well, I have to talk to Hans.
You won't get much out of him now. He's lost a lot of blood and he has a fever.
What happened to him?
What happened to him?
That cutthroat that followed you fellas cut him up bad. Hans was fighting him outside, then he came staggering in, said something about Fortuna and collapsed on the floor.
But you'll help him, won't you?
God willing. Well, I managed to pull you out of death's grip, so maybe I'll be blessed again. I'll go check on him as soon as I'm done with you. How are you feeling?
Hurting all over.
No part of me that doesn't hurt. Inside and out. Mostly my shoulder where I took an arrow.
Little wonder then. But you're conscious and talking. That's a good sign. Ah, your shoulder is looking a lot better. I did my best, but I don't see good no more, especially at night. So I didn't do the best job. It just wouldn't stop bleeding. And now you've moved about, it started up again. Take this and bandage it up. Not much else we can do with it now.
Thanks. I reckon I can manage that. But I need to get a breath of fresh air to clear my head.
You slept through half of God's bright day, lad. So, if you feel up to it, go ahead. At least we'll see how steady you are on your feet. While you're at it, you can stop by the trough and wash all that nasty grime off of yourself. I found an old tunic. Put it on so you don't catch a chill. It gets cold here by the water. No doubt you'll be famished and need a bite to eat. There's some hot soup in the pot on the fire.
If that ain't enough, I put some bread and cheese on the table outside for you. And you'll find some of our home-brewed liquor there, too, in case you need bucking up. Don't overdo it, though.
I won't. Thanks a lot. May God reward you 1,000-fold.
Amin.
What's your name, by the way?
Bushena's my name.
Well, I'm Henry.
I know. Hans told me. I'll go and check on him. When you're done with everything, come and see me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Triple fall. Hebatnya lu bisa selamat dari iyalah jatuh dari jurang anjir. Oke, several main level skill perks. Oke. You have no choice but to recover and regain them gradually. Alright. Game save. Bandage. Oke, kita ke bandage dulu. Oke. Lapar, cok, makan dulu.
Aye, true bliss is a full belly.
Ini makan udah, bandage udah. Mandi dulu, guys. Oh, ini.
Feel like a new man.
Pakai baju. Oke. Anjir. Oh, ini yang berantem semalam ya.
This'll be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sir Hans.
Obor.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
How do I recognize them?
All right. Tell me, what do the herbs look like?
Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere, or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
Oke, jadi disuruh chamomile as well as sage, oke. Take the spade, blue summon, oke. Jadi suruh ngambil ini spade. Loot dulu lah, mana yang bisa kita loot? Apel, air ini yang bandage, loot dulu guys. Apa ini sudah meninggal? Mantap belt, ya, semuanya. Kubur mayat, mari kita kubur agar mayatnya tenang.
Shit! My shoulder. This bastard's hard work. You can't be in the ground soon enough.
Aja kita akan mayat di sini guys, juga masuk ke pas. Oke, mayatnya sudah aman terkubur. Saatnya kita misi selanjutnya yaitu pick chamomile, pick sage. Oke, kita mau bikin obat buat handscape wound. Babi jinak loh dia. Angkat mayat harus cuci tangan. Sini ya mapsnya. Iya bener. Wah. Dulu masih banyak hutan.
You know it'll tell me when it's gonna rain.
Udah rusak guys. Big chamomile, sage.
Purple flower, sage. There we go.
Sage, chamomile. Oh ini
That's it. Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
Oke. Saatnya kita meramu racikan.
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Something happened. Something going on at Bozino. Just remember, not all sticks. Okay. Ini kayaknya yang di trailer deh. Ada orang.
I should have some weapon at hand in case there's any foul play.
Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you. Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
Masa dari kerajaan tampilannya kayak gitu sih? You don't look like.
You're from Lord von Bergov. You don't look like it.
Kulva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
Kok gas si anjing?
Do you think I'm a fool? I know a robber when I see one. There's been lots of you types in these parts recently, and the fellas from the village are well pissed off. So get lost and don't come back, or we'll take our axes to you.
Well, that wouldn't be very nice. The thing is, I don't see no angry fellas with axes. Just an old hag, and some wretch who won't live to tell the tale of how we dealt with him.
Okay.
Hey, this'll be quick, boy.
What do you want?
This'll be quick, boy.
Prepare to fight!
Gua mau ambil pisau. Wah, ini dia pisau. Equip anjing. Ya.
What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at
Pakai dulu pisaunya. Apalagi.
Dennis.
Two of them fled and they must be hiding. Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you.
Shut your mouth and start praying, you arsehole.
Get away with that weapon.
Don't think I don't know what you are.
This'll be quick.
Aja. Nih kau anjing, kagak mati lagi. Kabur lu, mau kabur lu. Mau kabur lu. Sini lu. Sini.
Save yourself.
Nggak mati. Mati lu. Mati. Satu lagi. Ini juga kabur dia. Udah takut kita. Tadi mayat lagi. Oh, iya. Ada sesuatu yang berharga kan? Tidak sepertinya. Oke, sudah dulu. Kubur apa ya mayatnya?
Fuck. This damn shoulder.
Badan terjadi masalah nih mayat. SnowRunner kapan lagi bang? Nanti ya guys, belum sempat mabar lagi nih. Disibukkan dengan hiruk pikuk dunia, makanya di sini kabur aja dulu, kembali ke zaman kegelapan. Bosen di zaman sekarang. Ini satu lagi mayat teman. Kok hilang? Kabur mana sih satu lagi? Hilang guys. Ya udahlah. Ini berdarah-berdarah, kita cuci dulu deh. Iya nanti ya SnowRunner-nya. Gue lagi gabut mau mencoba game abad pertengahan. Apain lagi? Oh iya, kita mau bikin obat.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Who do you think they were?
I don't know how much you heard. They came here saying they was from Lord von Burgo, and they was looking for two bandits that ambushed some knight yesterday. But for sure they wasn't von Burgo's people. They didn't even have his Waffenrocks. But they sure sounded keen to find you fellas.
Maybe they were from that band that followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. My Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trusky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Berghoff. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here, chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy, but we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try. Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Well done. I got rid of that corpse for you.
God bless you, Henry. Thank you kindly. I'll sleep easier now, and when Ignatius the Gravedigger comes by, I'll get him to take care of the rest.
Okay. Now for alchemy.
First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
Jadi kita perlu wine, 2 genggam chamomile dan segenggam sage. Pertama, add the chamomile and boil it for 1 turn. Okay. Chamomile, 1 turn. Okay. Green sage and add it to the cauldron. Okay. Only wood.
You must have read it by now, surely.
Okay.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
Wine. This wine.
What did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit. Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling.
Ini udah mendidih.
To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flame. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked.
Open inventory.
There on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Okay.
All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Chamomile.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See?
Okay.
When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn.
Okay.
That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
Oke. Taruh bawah. Bikin mendidih. Sandnya kita puter.
Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
Bom satu putaran. Oke, udah. Terus
Right. Now take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
oke. Noted, Bu. Ini kita guys, formasi nih.
Have you ground it? Good. Now drop it in the cauldron.
Oke.
You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
File. Pour.
Done. Now let's see what you've brewed.
Oke. Easy.
Here it is.
Oh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Oke. Cuman tinggal tidur. Ngapain dulu ya? Bullet map. Bega. Pasien. Bajunya udah bersih. Bagian skill sleep.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rot in hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
The stronger dog fucks the bitches, and war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it as a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake.
Wih,
Were you having a nightmare?
cakep, Cok.
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night.
Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Better than yesterday.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad. But I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
My father's sword.
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all, and swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility, or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Thanks, Pavlena. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Gagal. Dan join other for breakfast. Okay. Perlu ke atas ada apa? Kursinya. Oh.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course, I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojana told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first two times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
To cut a long story short, okay, ini aja.
Once, when we were out hunting, Hans was taken captive by humans. But with a bit of luck, I managed to rescue him.
Humans?
Brutal cutthroat or mercenaries from Hungary.
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive. I rescued him.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes
Fortuna Juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favours the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
Hans was badly wounded during a night raid on Talmberg Castle, and I had to carry him out of the battle on my back, so he wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
Gracious! Raiding a castle? That must be pretty wild, eh?
Indeed it was! Arrows raining down, outnumbered by hordes of foes mercilessly charging at us from all sides. I'm truly indebted to Henry for getting me out of that fix.
But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True. I'll never forget you for dragging me all the way here from the lake.
You're quite welcome. The Lords of Lipa do not leave their friends in the lurch.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zhelioth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bajana, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that spade. We can't manage without it.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Eat. Bacon. Okay.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskovitz.
Of all...
Are you managing here all right?
We don't complain. We mostly live off the woods, and when we need something else, we buy it or get it from the villagers. Mostly, I weave baskets. And me and Ma brew ointments and potions. Then I go around the villages selling them, or I barter them for stuff we need. Sometimes folk come here to us, when it's something serious.
How come you live here and not in the village?
Oh, that's hard to explain. It's just the way things turned. And Ma and... Look, that's our affair, and we won't talk about it. Sorry.
Is anything interesting happening around these parts?
Them bandits is riding roughshod over the place.
Okay.
It's about time Lord von Bergau rousted them out. But I reckon you know something about that, huh?
You got that right.
And there's to be a big wedding. Young Lord Semon's gonna marry the daughter of the bailiff of Troskovitz, Thrush. That's the biggest thing happening. apart from that, a band of nomads turned up here. They got a camp somewhere down by the pond.
You said you'd shoot arrows at the humans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there on the cliff whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves. If they'd let me take part in the tournament at Trusky Castle, I'd beat, but that'll never happen. So I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin. Be with you.
Can you tell me something about...
What can I say? The village of Sheleoth is near, and to the north of Sheleoth is Tachoth. They've got a blacksmith's there, and a small town. There's no love lost between the folks from Sheleoth and Tachoth. They're always out to spite each other.
Well, I don't suppose those are the only villages around here.
It ain't far from Sheleoth to Semin. Sir Jan, the owner, he got a big stud farm with fine horses, and down by the water, a mill. The biggest village in these parts is Troskovitz, what lies at the foot of the castle. The local bailiff has his seat there, and there's a tavern too. Then there's Nabakov Fortress, Sir Yaramir's seat. There's a mill at the foot of it. But Pavlena knows more gossip about folk around here. She goes out and about. I stay home these days and hardly meet a soul.
How come you live out here?
That's just the way it is. It's for me to know.
Ah. All right.
Care.
God bless.
God be with you.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trosky Castle right away.
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trosky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trosky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I tell you, I saw him there.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way. Hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa. Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No! We fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double! The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanish would send 2 vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Begone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me!
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You tried to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tony, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it? That's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for?
I've heard of that witch. Wench!
I tell you. What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Elf lads.
I heard
That's
some
the most
talk about your captain.
Oh, hi.
Jesus Christ.
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out.
Like you want, don't stand so close.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
You were attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Ratai.
Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bat-house wench.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Who is this Samin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda, and it's him who's getting hitched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Is that all you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward to being a guest and having someone serve me for a change.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
I'm sorry.
Well, can't be helped. Let's hope things get better.
Where can I find work around these parts?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, but otherwise you can find work anywhere. You just need to try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit, come to mention it, he sat just round the corner, and that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs help, you know what they say about millers. Well then...
Is this the only tavern?
In Trushkovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if every...
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do...
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Comes.
God be with you. How are you? Good. How's it going?
Mustn't grumble.
Going down. How are you? God be with you.
And with you.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Bang, kemana aja? Dari beberapa bulan lalu kangen sama konten SnowRunner lagi, please. Nanti ya guys. Belum sempet ngedit lagi gara-gara ya kerjaan utama sih. Ini juga gabut. Baru main game lagi, terus pengen nge-live lagi.
Come on. Nobody will recognize you.
Maybe not now, but what about later? People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Kok lama off bang? Iya, jadi beberapa bulan belakangan tuh dapat kerja di ya kantor lah gitu. Terus harus adaptasi lagi, pindah, menyesuaikan kerjaan, target. Akhirnya ya nggak kepegang sih channel ini, mau ngedit juga nggak sempet lagi. So ya semoga nanti bisa upload lagi lah. Cuma mungkin ngeditnya nggak sebanyak yang dulu sih, karena udah disibukin sama kerja guys, sorry. Kalau ngedit kemarin kan kebetulan emang banyak waktu banget tuh, sekarang sudah sulit banget.
Look, we're not in any position to pick and choose. So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. A bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Masih pada sehat. Garuda sehat, cuma juga dia lagi sibuk sama kerjaan, sibuk banget. Terus Uci juga mau nikah. Terus si Bor sibuk sama usaha. Ya lagi pada sibuk juga sih. Semoga kalian sehat-sehat juga ya guys.
So which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Iya, thank you ya Dims. Ya semoga aja ya nanti bisa upload lagi. Ya doain aja. Itu juga semangat sehat terus ya.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
I'm afraid there's nothing else for it if we're to ever get out of this place. So, Lord or no Lord, the sacks are waiting.
Let them wait. Sacks are good at it. It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. So, you simply aren't going to work?
Come now, Henry. You can manage those few sacks by yourself.
Okay.
Right. I'll get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Oke.
Somewhere she's out of sight. You know, so she's safe.
Butcher?
Greetings to you.
Likewise, lad.
I haven't seen you here before. Where are you from?
We're messengers from Ratai, here to deliver a letter to Lord von Berghoff, in the name of Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dworitz and Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Hear that, Crazel? A messenger, he says. Looks more like a scarecrow to me.
He's a lame liar, all right. But he knows how to spin a good yarn. You can't deny him that.
I'm not lying. We're messengers. But everything got out of hand somehow.
Well, whether you're lying or not, no one will believe a word you say in them rags. What do they call you, lad?
I'm Henry.
So, Henry, what was it you were after?
Since you've joined us.
Oke, semangat Bims. Ulangannya.
I heard there's going to be a big wedding in these parts. What do you know about it?
That's right. A big affair in Samin.
Everyone wants to go.
And anyone who's not invited is trying to worm their way in somehow. Not me, though. I couldn't give a toss.
Because you weren't invited, eh?
Of course I was invited. But what do I care about young Samin and the bailiff's lass? We're all just playthings in God's hands. One day, our earthly bonds will vanish in time, like smoke.
Trying to sound clever again, are you, Crazel?
All I'm saying is that these petty affairs of men leave me cold.
Sod that, it's going to be big. Even Lord von Burgo himself is going to be at the wedding. And he hardly ever shows his face in public.
Would it be possible to get to von Berghoff, even though he keeps his distance from people?
I don't know. He's either locked away in his castle or travelling somewhere. And he's powerful and important. So the only chance of meeting him is at the wedding. At least for us who are invited.
And everybody will want something from him. He'll be dancing for joy, I can tell you.
Could someone get to the wedding without an invitation?
Someone? You mean? Forget it, looking like that.
Well, I think it might be possible, using certain methods. A play of light and shadow, a cloak as black as night.
What are you going on about? More Miller's witchery?
All right. I won't say another word.
Semin's bound to keep a damn close eye on his big day, so you won't get in without an invitation.
So, how can I get to the wedding?
The best thing would be to find a job that'll be needed there.
Aye. There's always lots of hands needed at a wedding. As the hours pass and the guests raise their goblets, they'll lower their guard.
I'd like to ask about the wedding again.
You've heard all you need to know, haven't you?
I'm looking for work.
And what can you do?
I can do a lot of things. But mainly, I'm a blacksmith.
Bugger me. A blacksmith, you say? That makes 2 of us. And my apprentices have just vanished along with my goods, the bastards, when I'm swamped with work. If you're not talking shit and you can wield a hammer, we'll shake on it. And if you prove your worth, I'll even take you to that wedding.
Why would you work at a forge? Come and work for me at the mill. It's a cleaner job and easier. And I can get you to that wedding, too.
Leave it out, you rogue. I asked him first.
Interesting offers. I'll have a think about it.
Don't leave it too fucking long, or it might be too late.
If you're after more than just brute force and fire, you'll find me in Lower Samin.
And me in Takov.
I haven't been here before, and I'd like to learn something.
What's there to say? It's not...
It's usually peaceful, thank God.
You've got good reason to hide, I reckon.
That's enough of your mudslinging. It's actually good to live in an estate where the Lord's away.
That's true. Just a couple of villages, rocks, fields, not even a church worth... That's despite Otto van Bergo being one of the kingdom's most powerful nobles. The darkest place is under the candlestick, as they say.
When his lordship isn't in these parts, his chamberlain stands in for him. Ulrich von Schomberg's his name.
Yeah, I saw him on the gate tower when he sent us packing like beggars.
Aye, he's a right haughty bastard. On the other hand, he can be negotiated with.
If you can get to him.
So it's peaceful here?
Aye. Except there's more
But we'll be back to our old ways in a month from now.
I've got to be going.
Wait, there's something else I want. Out with the truth. You ain't no messengers.
We really are. We didn't look like this when we left Ratai. We set up camp down by the pond, and in the evening we were attacked by bandits. They slaughtered our men. It was only through luck that we saved our skins. We lost everything, even the letter. So they wouldn't let us into the castle.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'd send you packing myself. But it's true, there's bandits marauding in these parts. They're getting bolder and bolder. Even attacked a patrol from the castle recently.
Aye, these are evil times. Nothing ever happened like that in King Charles's day.
Farewell then, Henry.
Farewell.
There'd have to be two of us. I couldn't manage a pig that size on my...
Greetings. Are you the...
Hi, that's me.
I'm Henry of Skalitz.
I'll probably forget after a few... What do you want? You don't think you're...
No. I'll just have a couple of questions.
Ask away.
What's going on here in the region apart from...
Apart from the bandits, life's peaceful enough. The war has steered clear of us, but high politics is nothing for me.
I heard your sister's getting married.
Indeed she is. It's going to be a grand affair. There are even guests coming from... Even Lord von Berghoff is coming.
Look, I need to pass on an... Do you think you could...
Invite you? Not...
It would only be for a...
Look, loads of lackey. I'm not saying you're sure to get...
You must know young Lord Sem...
Aye, he's a close friend.
Odd.
He spends more time in the woods than at home. Always riding off somewhere and doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe he'll be his old self after the wedding.
I already know how to get to the wedding. I spoke to the miller and the smith, and they both promised to get me in.
Oh, aye. The smith does business with old Samin, and nothing happens around these parts without Miller Grazel being involved. But watch out. If I see you're up to no good there, you'll get more than a slapped wrist. Got that?
Thanks. I have to be off.
Wait a moment. Since it occurred to me we could roll a few. That's a shame. You know what? If you beat me...
You'd invite us, you mean?
You'd have to beat me first.
We'll see about...
You really are.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time. Have you lost your mind? You're gonna lose everything.
How's life treating you? Not too bad. So much to do. I'd have to split myself in two to get it all done.
Oh, come on.
Mampus.
If I was you, I'd take it. Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. One beer.
My God. Bloody hell. You've played before. Admit it.
True. I can't deny it.
Thank God we weren't playing for coin. You'd have cleaned me out.
Well, we were playing for something else.
Well, it's not that easy, you know. I can't just invite...
You were lying, then?
A bit. But look on the bright side. We had a game.
Yeah, I didn't win anything either.
You can still get to the wedding as a lackey. If you make an effort.
What did I do to you?
I know how to get to the wedding. I spoke to the blacksmith and the miller. They're both invited. That is, if we...
Henry, I reckon they said something a bit They can get you into the wedding if you were...
Well... Yeah.
Lucky for us, you have the strength of 2 men.
It won't carry itself.
You'll be finished in a jiffy.
What do you mean? Steal. Hey! Where's that beer?
When their time comes, I'll take her to the butcher.
You're not the fella who's supposed to carry the sack.
Oof! That isn't half heavy. Oh.
Blessings to you.
Did you bring them? They get pretty heavy, I can tell you.
You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. Get a move on then. The sooner the cart's empty, the sooner I get home. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me. It's just a couple of sacks. Get cracking.
Hey, Ink!
About that job.
Drop by at Lower Sameen.
Or attack off Smithy.
About that job.
Drop by at Lower Sameen Mill.
Or attack off Smithy.
You're right, but I promised myself I wouldn't leave it to the last moment this year.
Going down nicely, is it? How's it going?
Certainly did not. Yes, you did. I never heard of any Perkstein in all my years.
I'm not surprised. You're just a village yokel.
How dare you? I am the son of the bailiff.
say?
See it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Did you hear what that lying nobody wants?
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
There's no point in this. Let's leave.
I'd do what your pal says if I were you. Get lost before something happens to you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
You horse son! It was him! Now we'll have you, you scum!
Cycles to Belfast.
I'll be done with you in a
Yeah! Don't spare him! Oh!
What do you want?
Yourself.
Here!
I'll hack your ass off!
Shit!
I hope
He's nearly got me!
I hope he doesn't hurt anyone else. Yeah! Don't scare him! Fuck!
No!
You should have fucking stayed out of it.
Oh Gott!
Ich wurde...
Slice him up!
Yeah!
And us?
Go rip your ass open! This is unbelievable!
Come on then! He doesn't know which way to turn!
Hey! I hope
Get him!
hurt anyone else! You won't get...
Cycles to Belfast.
Send my greetings to the devil.
You want to try me? Take that fucker out, damn it! Here! Scheiße! You won't get me!
Show your stuff!
I hate yokels!
These days, no one's ever really safe.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak...
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship.
You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it?
Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm sorry, sir, but it's your fault what happened in the tavern.
What? My fault? You can't be serious. Whose fault is it that we're in this fucking pillory?
What? Who started quarrelling with the locals in their tavern? We should have made ourselves scarce. None of that would have happened.
Oh, aye. Typical you, running away like a coward. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Oh, and our little prince knows all about it, doesn't he? You only left your uncle's a week ago. All you've known up to now is a tavern on Rat-Eye Green.
Now you've gone too far. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I have to consider what to do next.
Seharian kok.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive. Otto.
Hey! Go!
Oh, shit. Where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Oh, musuhan.
I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
Oke. Sekarang kita sendiri. Oke.
I suppose I really do need to. Find some job. I'll find mutt without you, you stuck-up Lord of Perkstein.
Hey, over here. Do you have a moment?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, But I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect herbs for the apothecary or help in the tavern, but I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller or a nomad, but don't say it too loud. The locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
Where are you headed, if you're only passing through here?
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? Because you look like you need it. I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
You said you're going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere further?
I'd like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first. That's going to take me a long while yet.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offence, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out?
And, not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back all the way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed, although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
I'd prefer something a little more ordinary. I'd like to blend in with the locals and not attract attention.
After what you did here with that friend of yours, even the deaf and blind would immediately recognise you. But between the two of us, it's easy enough to scrounge up a shirt and trousers if you know where to look.
Thanks. These'll come in handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going.
Don't worry,